All right, everyone, thank you for watching Asked and Answered. And if you like what you see, if you like this content, if you like all the series, please smash that like button, click subscribe. So today we have the pleasure of welcoming Ayana Curry. And Ayana Curry, she's got a unique story, a great lawyer. I actually work, she supervises me on cases, but let's talk to Ayana Curry. So Ayana, thanks for joining us. So let's get right into it. We had a MCLE last night, and we discussed we discussed in detail sort of the racial aspects of some large questions in society. And one of the things that came up that you actually started a discussion about was code switching. So if you could just tell us more about code switching, talk about it in the professional setting as well as the personal setting. And if you could say a few words about sort of your duality being, a Black woman and Latina woman at the same time.
Thank you for having me. So code switching is when Black folks, I know it for the Black community for sure, are in a mostly white environment, and they change, they might change a little bit to basically be comfortable, for white folks to be comfortable with them. So they might sit up a little taller, but it's mostly about, how you speak and the things you will talk about. It's to make yourself palatable and let white folks be comfortable with your presence there, which might be, puts us in a position of feeling uncomfortable, feeling like you can't be your complete self in that environment. And I am from Oakland, California, went through the Oakland public schools up until high school, when I went to an independent, super exclusive high school in San Francisco. And then for the first time was thrust into a situation of being one of the only, and a serious minority, whereas that was not my experience in school before. And from high school, I went to an Ivy League school. That continued. And I very much had that feeling of, in order to make friends and to just kind of get along, had to do as the Romans. And when what I said at the MCLE, the bias discussion, was that I've been fortunate in my work experience to work in either highly diverse environments or downright homogenous environments, where it is mostly Black folks, mostly people of color, or highly diverse. And I have not felt the need to code switch at all. I am my authentic self all day long. And I know that is a luxury. I know that people who are working maybe in corporate America or in just environments where they are a serious minority, and one of the only Black folks, persons of color around, cannot, can feel like they cannot be their authentic selves. I have never worked in not never, but my most significant work experiences hasn't been like that. And I feel like I have been able to thrive, one, because I feel appreciated in my work environment. I don't feel the microaggressions that come with being one of the only in the room. And I believe it has been a part of my success.
You know, just to follow up, you went to an Ivy League school, as I understand it. I think you went to Columbia, which, you know, is Harlem, you know, New York City. And so you would think that Columbia would be a pretty diverse school. I mean, Obama went there. So if you could just talk a little bit about that in terms of code switching and you know, that environment as well.
For sure. You know, walking around campus, there's lots of brown and, you know, Black faces and, you know, diverse New York City, and certainly like Morningside Heights and Harlem when I went to school before, you know, gentrification kind of set in. It was, you know, the environment was diverse, but the classrooms were not. You get into the classroom and there it is, that, you know, you're one of many, and you got people looking at you like wondering if you deserve to be there and what spot did you take from their buddy, you know, and you know, that feeling that tension of gotta sit up straighter, gotta show them just how smart I am. I'm just as worthy to be here as you. So yeah, that was the dichotomy of Columbia, as that, but you know, so yeah, it exists, but it probably is better than most other Ivies and junior Ivies, given its location.